Hey, what's up guys? Mike Patrick. This is going to be a suggested video recently added up next here on my channel. Now what I want to talk about, guys, I want to talk about jealousy. I want to talk about envy. And I want to talk about the envious. And I want to talk about how we can conquer jealousy, how we can conquer envy from both perspectives, from both sides, okay? If you are envious of people, then I want to talk about how you can conquer that low vibrational emotion. And if you are envied by other people, I want to talk about how you can conquer that. Now the thing is, we all, every single last one of us, are envied by somebody, whether you know it or not. And all of us have the potential to be envious of others, okay? It's a basic human emotion, basic instinct, apparently. Now, guys, envy spores from a feeling of inadequacy at the end of the day, okay? Inadequacy. So, most people are not happy or at peace with themselves. So they look at other people who may possess something that they feel like they don't have, and they harbor resentful emotions because of this, okay? Now guys, jealousy apparently isn't a basic, it's, like I said, it apparently is a basic emotion, okay? And that it's easy to succumb to it, okay? It's easy to succumb to it. Now, insecurity and inferiority, you know, that has a lot to do with jealousy. So when people are insecure with themselves, then if you see someone who may appear to be comfortable with themselves and secure with themselves, especially if they're very different and they do things differently, then that spawns a lot of jealousy, okay? Because it's kind of easy to not act jealous or not show jealousy when people are seemingly normal, like they seem to do normal things, because at least they are with the program. They're not really shaking things up at all, if that makes sense. So it doesn't rock people's paradigm, okay? But when you expect, you know, it doesn't take a lot of courage to be like everybody else. But when someone does have the courage to stand alone, or to be separate, okay, and to not succumb, say, to the downfalls of this world, okay, and choose to do things differently despite ridicule, despite jealousy, envy, okay, despite persecution on many levels, okay? There's been plenty of people that's been persecuted all throughout history for rocking the boat, so to speak, okay? But what you got to do, guys, you have to try to conquer jealousy by now for one, let me address it from the jealous, because we all have been a little jealous perhaps in our life, okay? And we all have been victim of people being jealous of us, okay? So I want to talk about how we can conquer it from like I said, both sides. All right, now guys, if you're jealous, or if you have the tendency to be jealous, you have to ask yourself, sit back and really analyze what is going on within you that makes you look at someone else and really harbor negative emotions for them based off of something that they may have that you don't. With that said, instead of feeling that way and succumbing to those emotions, and then the domino effect, the snowball effect that comes with those emotions, if you're not aware of those emotions, and if you don't try to work on those negative emotions, it usually produces gossip, okay? It usually produces violence sometimes, okay? Arguments, things of this nature, okay? Conspiracy, you know what I mean? People conspiring, all kinds of things like that. It can spawn that, okay? Because usually what happens is, if one person is jealous of someone, what they'll do is try to find someone else who's probably jealous as well, and then they can come together and make that force stronger. Okay, so what you have to do is, and I guess that's a natural human instinct, but what you have to do is figure out, what is it about this person that I'm envious of, and now what can I do to work on attaining that? All right, is there anything that I can do to attain that? And if there's nothing I can do to attain whatever it is I'm jealous about, then how can I come to peace with the fact that that may not be for me? Okay, because everything that somebody has that you may wish you have, it's not going to be attainable. I don't care how much what you try to do, it just may never be attainable for you. So you have to learn how to try to find peace within yourself. A lot of times people can become jealous because their paradigm is being rocked and shifted, and someone may bring something forth that challenges your whole idea of things, period. Okay, and with that said, let's say there's a certain program set up, okay, a certain way that you're supposed to look at things, a certain way that things are supposed to be perceived, and how you're supposed to define certain things. Okay, if someone may come along and challenge any of that, then like I said, it may spore a lot of envy and jealousy, because no one wants most people are comfortable, even if it's not the best situation for them, even if it's not the best thing for them, even if they're not thriving or living to the most of their potential. Most people are comfortable. Okay, at least it's familiar. People, it doesn't matter how bad something is, if they're familiar with it, they rather stick to that familiarity as opposed to changing. Okay, and so when their paradigm is challenged, when it's shifted, when it's rocked, okay, then sometimes that can actually produce anger in people and fear. That has to do with fear, because what if things really weren't the way you thought they were, if that makes sense? So it makes you feel fearful, right? So what you have to do, guys, is just and what we have to do is just come to peace with ourselves. Okay, be happy with what we do attain and what we do have. Try to grow and build on that. If it's something that you do want, okay, work on it. Don't sit back and get mad because you don't have it. Try to work on it. If it's something that you can't work towards getting, then try to find peace with that. All right, and try to hone in on what is meant for you. Try to hone in on that and focus on that. Okay, guys. And now from a standpoint of, if you are envied by people, just stay confident. Stay confident in yourself. That's probably one of the main reasons you're envied in the first place. Stay confident within yourself. Okay, and if you can, really just try to help people. And you can help people by sticking to your confidence, okay? Sticking to your guns, and also staying grounded in what you value, okay? Because a lot of things, what can happen a lot of times too, is people will try to project what they want you to think. Like, for example, if people is if someone's jealous of you, right, and if they think you're a very confident person and they can see your confidence, okay, what they may do is they may try to do something to try to make you feel less confident. Okay, so somebody might see that you're a very confident person and they may hate that about you, especially if you're not going along with the program, meaning it's supposed to be certain things set up in society that's supposed to make you confident, if that makes sense. So if you have certain status, certain things, that's grounds to be confident. But when you're confident in spite of certain things, okay, and you find your confidence and your worth in other things that doesn't support the program, then that's another thing that eats people up. Okay, so and it's different reasons that eat people up. Sometimes it really is just jealousy, and sometimes it's because certain things are set into place that it will behoove certain people to hold it together and keep it together. So when you start showing confidence in different ways, that doesn't go along with what's supposed to make you feel comfortable, confident, then you're starting to show other people that, well, perhaps this ain't necessary, okay, to be happy and to feel fulfilled and to feel worth it, okay? So also what you gotta do is don't allow people to try to put off what they want you to think is valuable and important. Don't let people try to put that off on you. And if you don't satisfy their idea or the idea they trying to make you think, if you aren't supporting that ideal, don't try to allow them to define you and say, okay, because you don't have this or because you don't have that, then this is what you are, this is who you are, and this is where you fall. Like, no, it don't have to work like that, okay? It don't have to work like that. So find out what you value, and then you base your confidence and your success based off of what you value. Because guess what? If I don't value a certain thing, then you can't make me feel a certain type of way about it, if that makes sense. So if I could care less about being good at basketball, then you telling me I'm sorry in basketball means nothing to me, you know? You know what I mean? Because I don't care about basketball. So just like you gotta look at it that way, you know?